Hello, U.S. history students. I've got a content exploration day for you. In particular, we're looking this week at the legacy of the Civil War, and in particular, the 14th Amendment. So, our learning target from yesterday is that you can describe how the text of the 14th Amendment has been interpreted over the last 150 years to expand freedom. It's a really cool set of topics, and I'm really hoping that you can kind of get into the big picture of, here's an amendment that was passed, 150 years ago. It really kind of became like a second founding for the United States, because it's the first time that, equality and equality before the law. And due process and citizenship was really spread to everybody. And so what we're going to do is, even though that happened 150 years ago, we're going to be looking at some more recent court cases to see how the language of the 14th Amendment is being applied, throughout the intervening 150 years to expand freedoms. So here's a teacher example for your content exploration. This is your week 5 notes and content exploration. And you can see a teacher example looking at the case Brown versus Board of Education, which we talked a little bit about in the Pear Deck yesterday. And so what you're doing is you're going to be exploring content to answer these questions. What was the situation before the court case? What is the question the court is deciding? How does this decision connect to the 14th Amendment? And there, try and find one of these four parts or clauses of the 14th Amendment that is in particular being discussed. And then, what was the long-term consequences? Why does it matter? Okay, so you've got 5 different court cases here. Each one of these is going to link to a slide on this slide deck. And so you've got the same 5 court cases here. What you have on each of these pages is just like a little bit of an overview, the facts of the case, the court's decision, the question. And then you've got 2 links to resources. One is a video, so watch that video. The other one is this really cool website called Oye, where it's got all of the Supreme Court cases going back through time, all the way up to today. And you can actually even listen to the oral arguments, which I think is super cool, but that's because I'm a super history nerd. But you can listen to the oral arguments, but scroll down here and you can kind of see the same stuff that we had put here in terms of the facts of the case and the court's decision. You can see the facts of the case, you can see the question before the court, and then you can see a discussion of what the court decided. So these are nice, short little articles about each court case. And then in addition to that, you have a video that's kind of telling you about it in like a little bit more of a story form. So between those 2 things, which shouldn't take too long to read through, you should be able to then complete each of these boxes, just kind of like I did up here. What was the situation before the court case? What was the question the court is deciding? For that one in particular, you can, I think, just copy and paste this, and then what was the connection to the 14th Amendment? If it doesn't, have it explicitly in the video, you'll definitely find it either here in this document or when you click through to the case, here as well. Okay, so as you're moving through this content exploration, just be noticing how the language of the 14th Amendment from 150 years ago is being applied to all of these cases of freedom, up into the more recent time period. All righty, have a good one.